Hey friends, welcome back to the channel with more RWBY. This is Volume 6, Chapter 8, Dead End, and last time we learned a lot about Miss Calavera and her past as the Grim Reaper, had her eyes cut out, and we learned that Crow idolized her, fashioned his weapon, the scythe, after hers, and since RWBY fashioned her weapons after Crow's, it's almost like there's like a granddaughter vibe going on here, especially also with the fact that they both share the silver eyes, or they used to. And we also had Team Juniper, or Team Junior, reunite with Team Ruby, and it was really sweet seeing John's older sister and her partner Terracotta. And now they're all going forward trying to pass this government blockade. Seems like we're going to be running into some trouble there, but I'm excited to continue. Let's get right into it.
This is how the war begins.
All wings engaged.
The war.
3 and 4 take Bogies 2 o'clock, Angel 6.
Ralph, do you see that?
I see it.
Contact, hostile net attack.
Shit.
Still your cockpits, do not engage.
This is not a skirmish. This is not airspace confusion. This is not a terrorist action. This is it. The Union's making their play.
The frame rate is a little low. It reminds me of early Dragon Prince. Their frame rate was pretty low too, and a lot of people dropped it because of it, and I was like, but it's such a good show.
Stay close, move fast. The darkness cannot last. No hope, no path. But we got a dream to catch, and we cannot wait. Trust the way we're made.
Right, so I thought originally that Miss Calavera was like stayed behind because she knew who they were and they were gonna she like had an interest in them for some reason. But I guess it was just a coincidence that she wound up with them. But yeah. I also don't agree with the idea that she needs to bear this responsibility. That she feels guilty for staying in the shadows even after she could see again. People react differently to trauma. It'll be interesting to see what else she still has to offer. Kind of knowledge. And knock knock. Hello.
Come on! You didn't even hear us out!
Our orders are clear. The Mistral Atlas border is closed. Please, have a good day.
But-
A good day!
Hey, if you don't want to believe
A
that I'm
good
friends
day.
with Ironwood.
General Ironwood.
Yeah, General Ironwood. Then fine. But look, we have Weiss-Schnee with us, and we're trying to get her home safely.
Ugh.
Approach!
They have such an energy about them.
Very well. You may speak with our commanding officer. We will fetch her at once.
What are these bozos?
Kind of.
Super weird? Yeah.
What's wrong?
Well, I may know this commanding officer.
Oh?
Good, isn't it? If she's your friend, then maybe she'd be more willing to help us.
Friend?
I wouldn't exactly call us friends.
Acquaintances?
Not quite.
Enemies?
Colleagues?
Former enemies? That's the one.
Wait, what?
Oh, yes, I come through here about once every 10 years to get my eyes checked up in Atlas. You bring outside cashews on one flight, and suddenly you're placed on the additional screening list for life.
Aw.
You've got to be kidding me.
Now, let's not give up hope yet. Maybe she's dead.
Maybe she's dead.
Introducing Special Operative Caroline Cordovin!
Not dead. Down there. Oh. Uh-oh.
Witch. She-devil.
This is going well.
I see you've chosen larger contraband to smuggle this time.
Oh, Cordo. You know, they say time changes people, but I see you've still got that stick right out.
Hello, Miss Cordovin. My name is Ruby Rose, and I was wondering if you would hear us out about.
I've already heard what your other little friends had to say, Miss Rose. What are you doing back here? I thought I told you to leave!
And I told you we wouldn't rest until you let us through!
Nice to see you again as well.
Oh my
You
god, Nora.
Civilians are clearly incapable of comprehending the importance of our mission here in Argus. So allow me to say this slowly with smaller words. This base, that relay tower, the very safety of Argus are all gifts from the glorious kingdom of Atlas. And it is my duty to uphold them, as only I have the wit and tenacity for such a task.
Oh boy.
Such tenacity!
Or maybe Atlas just wanted to get you as far from the kingdom as possible.
You're just like the rest of these Argus ingrates. This city wouldn't even be here if it weren't for our Elysian ancestors. And what do we get in return? The entire world is ready to put a knife to our throats.
Please, we know your kingdom had nothing to do with the fall of Beacon. We were there. No one's happy about the Atlas borders or embargo, but I know General Ironwood is just worried. It's why we need to talk
The general is no coward. Atlas
No
is
one said he was a
strong.
coward. Oh my
If all
god.
the kingdoms plan to
Oh
make
my
us their
god.
enemy, then so be it. Atlas will prevail.
Atlas will prevail!
Do you guys seriously have to do that?
If Miss Schnee has truly come to her senses and wishes to return to her family, then of course the Atlas military will escort her home. But the kingdom will not be responsible for her friends of questionable character.
Oh, you
What's
motherfucker.
that supposed to mean?
It means we're done here.
The way she looked at Blake right then.
Yeah? Well, your base looks like a big dumb boot.
Way to show her, Nora.
I don't. Weiss, I told you we wouldn't leave your side for a second. We'll find a way to Atlas. Together. So, where are we going now?
Yeah, what's the plan?
The plan? The plan just got shut on our face 3 times over. I'm going for a drink.
Not the greatest idea. Here is
Uncle
Ruby.
Crow, I really think we should try and come up with something together.
What's his problem? It's not your fault we can't go on.
If he's gonna be a jerk, then we'll just come up with something without him. I mean, we've got Ozpin with us. He usually knows what to do.
Did we not talk about this with them?
What is it?
I guess not.
John!
Everything we did was for nothing!
That's not true.
Really? Because it sure does sound like it.
If Salem can't be killed, then how are we supposed to win this?
Wow. Great plan, everyone.
Look, none of this is great, we know. But we're not the bad guys here.
Are we sure about that?
Sean, whoa, whoa, whoa.
He's in your head, isn't he?
It's not his fault.
You already know about this?
He didn't know any of it!
How much longer can we even trust him?
John!
How do we even know it's really him? What if we've been talking to that liar this whole time?
John!
He's mad because, yeah, but it's not his fault.
Is he gonna be okay?
I don't know.
I think it would be best if we had some time to ourselves.
Oh.
Maybe we could all use some space.
Poor Oscar.
Come on, please. Where are you?
You know, I came out here to avoid the yelling.
Sorry. The others went to get food for tonight.
Why not go with them?
I don't know. I don't know anything. What do I tell Jean and his team when we don't even have a plan? The crow's out drinking, Osmond hasn't come back, and even if he did, I don't know if I could trust him. And there's always Jin, but we only have one more question we can ask her. I feel like I'm letting everyone down.
You know, you don't give yourself enough credit.
Oh, thanks.
That wasn't a compliment.
Oh.
What?
Eh.
If I have to explain it to you, it'll just defeat the purpose.
Ah.
But if you're tired of not knowing anything, how about we discuss those eyes of yours?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I would be honored.
Sit back down, for Pete's sake. Let's start with what you do know. Tell me.
Silver-eyed people are supposed to be legendary warriors. Or something. And at the Fall of Beacon, I turned a giant wyvern into stone.
Oh boy.
Look, if I already knew everything, I wouldn't be asking for help.
Yelling.
Yelling.
It's not your fault. I had my father to teach me. And even he didn't have all the answers. But what he told me makes sense, given what I've seen.
Was he a huntsman too?
It wasn't really an official title back in his day. I only knew him as an old soldier and an excellent teacher. I never attended one of those fancy academies of yours, but I scored higher on the license exam than any other huntsman or huntress that day.
Huh. You must have been proud.
He would have scolded me for showing off. He'd never been able to find much information about our abilities. Just legends of warriors whose eyes shone like mirrors, reflecting the light of the world onto darkness. He found so little, in fact, that it made him cautious. How could such powerful bloodlines be so rare? Unless something was actively seeking to destroy them.
Salem.
I tried to keep my powers a secret, but as you know, it wasn't enough.
Damn it.
I owe my life to my training and my semblance. At the end of the day, those are still your most powerful tools.
What is your semblance?
Reflexes. A
Reflexes.
silly name I came up with. Hard to explain,
Oh.
but I can sense everything better than most and react to attacks almost before they happen.
Almost.
Combine that with my training and secret ability to turn Grim to stone, or blind them, or vaporize them. And that's how you become the Grim Reaper.
So, how do I laser beam monsters with my eyeballs?
Ow!
You stop thinking like that. I want you to think of all the times you've triggered your powers. What did those moments have in common?
Emotional.
I was scared and stressed. Is it emotional? Like unlocking a semblance?
It's emotional, but more focused than that. Think. What is it you wanted?
Protect.
I wanted to protect my friends.
Precisely. It is the desire to preserve life which fuels the light inside you.
Ah.
And make no mistake, it is light. Preservation is an extension of creation, or at the very least, an enemy of destruction. The creatures of Grimm were made by the god of darkness, but your light comes from his brother.
How do you know that?
I always knew how to use the light, but never why it only worked on the Grimm. Then Jin showed us her vision. Were you paying attention?
Wow.
The god of light. His eyes.
Wow.
Okay, where do we start?
Well, not here. The light will only work in the presence of Grimm, meaning the only practice you'll get will be a trial by fire. But what you can do is focus on creating a state of mind that you can tap into when you need it. Don't think about your light as a means of destroying evil, but as a way to protect the people of Remnant.
But
nice.
That can't be right. You said the light only reacts to Grimm, but I used it during our battle at Haven. It reacted to Cinder.
Cinder?
Interesting. Perhaps there was something that you just weren't seeing?
Ruby!
What?
Oh, hey, guys.
That was a very worried. Loud.
It's Oscar. He's missing.
Oh, God. John feels guilty. Miss Calavera. Her semblance is reflexes, but... So then... What was the semblance of that woman who attacked her that let her... get the jump on her, essentially? Something to do with the clock. But I don't know what exactly. Backsplash continuous overall countertop. Okay. We had some weird characters in this chapter. Those two guys at the beginning, I don't know why I thought of them. Like I tried to think of what I would call them, or like how, like what they reminded me of, and all I could think of was they just make me. They remind me of like two giant dildos, just like being ridiculous. And then this, I feel like they get their energy from their leader, and yet they don't get along with Miss Calavera at all, or she doesn't at all. Looks like they both shrunk over time due to old age. They're like, oh, you used to be friends. No. Acquaintances? No. Enemies. Yep, that's the one. Oh, God. Stick up your... Ruby tried to calm her down. But Nora hates her so much. Have we seen Nora really hate anybody before? And yeah, she has a nationalism that is kind of dangerous and annoying. Yeah. But yeah, Crow going off on his own, doesn't want to talk to or see anybody. He's still in like a bit of a depression over everything, and while it's understandable, the way he's handling it is not the best. And John, the way he's handling it is not the best either, taking it on Oscar, which, I mean, we know that Oscar isn't responsible, but I don't know. I can understand John's frustration, because if there's no way to beat Salem, if there's no way to win this war, then why did Pyrrha have to die? So, yeah, everything's connected for him. Like, everything goes back to Pyrrha. And there was fear in Oscar's eyes. I don't know. I don't know. Like, nobody jumped forward to like hold John back. That's surprising to me a little bit. Look at Oscar, so scared. And John feels a little guilty here, but isn't in a place completely to just apologize just yet. And then Oscar's gone by the end of the episode, so that's a problem. And everybody wants to spend some time alone. Yelling. Miss Calavera teaching Ruby about the silver eyes is really nice, though. Kind of frustrating that nobody really has any of the answers. I guess partially because Salem has been hunting them down. But yeah, silver eyes seem like they are essential to solving this whole problem. Is it possible that Salem, she like dunked herself in the Grim juice or whatever? She jumped into the Grim waters. I don't remember what it was called, but is it possible that Ruby, with her silver eyes, or anybody with silver eyes, could activate that power to wipe out the darkness within Salem? Because that would open up a possibility for the world, humanity, to be united once we call the gods back, right? So that's a possibility. Yeah, teaching her about these things. It's nice that she has a mentor at her side now. Someone who understands very thoroughly what she went through, what she's going through. And I mean, Ruby didn't know about her silver eyes until she used them. And so her mother wasn't going to be able to, I mean, her mother died when Ruby was very young, so she couldn't have taught her anything about it. So, because it's hereditary, it feels almost like Miss Calavera is another member of her family, and there's like this bond there. Bonk. But yeah, very sweet episode. Didn't realize that the silver eyes came from the god of creation, god of light. It's fascinating. Reflexes, though. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't come to mind, like what her semblance is, because she already has such a cool power with the silver eyes, or she did, and she was such a powerful fighter, combined with everything, and made her into the Grim Reaper. Oscar's gone. John is... There's a look of guilt and worry on his face. One thing I forgot to touch on was... I forgot her name already, this woman. But the comment she made about Blake, specifically, holy crap. Let me go back to that. I need to watch this again. Holy crap, that was so fucking racist.
Will not be responsible for her friends of questionable character.
I'm like looking at their response, their reactions. Like Blake is like surprised, so is Yang, but like Blake, like she registers what's happening and like looks away faster than Yang like fully understands what's going on here, because she's had so much time to be on the receiving end of this kind of racism and this bigotry. And Yang, meanwhile, I mean, she puts on the angry face, and by the time she understands it, Weiss is already like, what is that supposed to mean? Ugh. If you wanted us to hate a character right away, good freaking job. But yeah, I don't. I hope we get to break through this blockade somehow instead of just like negotiating with them. Her and those two dildos can just... I hope we just blow through them at some point. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like, really helps the channel. We are 1 week ahead over on Patreon. I will see you guys soon with more. Bye, friends.